Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today I want to talk a little bit about Kodi music. So I want to cover a scenario where you might have a lot of individual songs that are not part of a specific music album. Like over the years, you've heard a song here, you've heard a song there, you purchased a song, and now you've got this song in your library where you have an album, but the album only has one song. So what we're going to try to do here is show you kind of a cheat, a little workaround way where you could take a bunch of individual songs that you have that are not part of a album, or maybe they are part of an album but you're missing the rest of the album. You want to group it together. So in other words, you're making a mixtape, you're making a compilation album. So we'll cover that today. Do keep in mind though, if you've got songs on a bunch of albums that you want to listen to together, you should make a playlist for that. That's what playlists are for. That's not what we're doing here. Here we're actually sort of fabricating pretend albums. We're creating fake albums that don't actually exist so that they appear in the library as if they do exist. So let's open Kodi here and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're going to go on over to music and we're going to take a look at the recently added albums. And we'll see here that I've got a couple of these pretend albums. For example, I've got this Oldies But Goodies album, which is a whole bunch of oldie songs that are part of other CDs that I've grouped together. This Fallout 4 one, that was a mod. Love the music in the mod, so I just grouped that together and made a phony CD. Skyrim, another great example. The album art is actually a real album, but this is not the right music. These are actually just audio tracks from YouTube videos I really like, and I put them all together to make them appear as if they're actually an album. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you do this. All right, so we're going to close out of Kodi. All right, so we've got this folder here we've staged. It's got a bunch of 80s music in there. It's just 80s music from a whole bunch of different places. We can see here that the music is laid out in such a way as to where it's artist and then track. You probably haven't seen many albums out there in the real world that has the track list alphabetized. So, we kind of want to change that a little bit so it's more like a realistic album. So I've got this script here I wrote 6 years ago or something like that for a different purpose, but it basically will randomize files. So look on the internet for a file randomizer, or if you can't find one, get with me and I'll send you my script, no big deal. So we run the script there and we see that it shuffled 122 files, and we see that all the files now have numbers. So it looks more like something you'd see from a commercial album release where all these songs have been curated and listed in a particular order. Okay, so now we're going to run an application called Mp3 Tag. It's a free application that I've used for many, many years, and it's for dealing with music libraries. So what we're going to do here is we're going to select all the tracks, and we want to change the ID3 tags in those tracks so that all the music programs will recognize this correctly. So the first thing that we're going to do is highlight all the tracks, and we're going to change the album to anything we want. So whatever you want to call your fake album. This is 80s music, so I think we're going to call this something like 80s Hits. Okay, just make up a year. I think we're going to say something like, let's say 2002 is the year this compilation was released. And then for genre, we want to change the genre to pop. And then on the album artist, this is very important. We want to make sure that we select various artists. This is going to tell Kodi and all the other music players that this is a compilation album with lots of different artists on it. Okay, so we're going to save all those tags. And now we're actually going to want to change the track numbers in all the files so the tracks show up the way that we renumbered them. So we're going to select all the files. Then we're going to right click, convert file name to tag. And we can see here that it gives us a little template here, and we get a little arrow that shows us the different fields. One thing I'm noticing here with the preview is that our numbering scheme actually started with 000, which is not what we want. We want our tracks to start with track number 1. So we're going to cancel out of this, and we're going to go to Tools, Auto Numbering Wizard. And here we're going to start the track numbering at number 1. And we're going to go ahead and use leading zeros. Okay, and all of our track fields have been changed. Now we want to change the file name so they match up correctly. So we're going to right click, and this time we're going to go tag to file name. And in the template there, we're just going to add the title of the track. So it is %track %artist and the title. Click OK. And now all of our files have been renamed. So the last bit here is that artwork. We want to make sure all the artwork is the same. So we're going to remove any cover that's currently bound to those files. We're going to go out to the internet here, and we're going to go get some fake artwork. So we're just going to type 80s. Okay, so we found one that we liked, and we're just going to go ahead and save it. And we get access is denied. It looks like there's already a folder JPEG in that path. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the viewing of the system files, protected operating system files. And then we're going to go find these protected files and delete them. Okay, looks good. We're going to turn back off viewing of the protected operating system files. Okay. And now we're going to resave that, and we're going to name it folder.jpg. That's very important. Okay. Now we're just going to right click on the cover area, add cover, select our new cover, click the save button. That'll write that cover into all 122 files. Click OK. And we're going to blank out any comments that might be in these tracks. Okay. So the titles all look good. The artists all look good. The album, they're all part of that 80s hits, year 2002, genre pop, album artists is various artists, and we've got a cover that we like. So we should all be good to go here. So we're going to close out of that. And we're going to take all that music that we've just edited, and we're going to move it onto our library location. In my case, is a music share on my server. I'm going to make a new folder called 80s 2 since I've already got an 80s folder. And then we're going to copy all the music tracks in here over there to the Kodi library path. All right, once that's done, we just fire up Kodi. And we go to music. And we're going to go to files and go to our local source, not the library. And we're going to go to 80s 2, and we're going to pull up the context menu and select the item, scan item to library. Okay, it's scanned, it should be there. So now we're going to go back into the music. This time we're going to go up to the library and go down to recently added albums. And now we see that we've got our pretend album there with all of our tracks that we want. Shows up just like any other album would. We can now use it in smart playlists and start enjoying the music. So I hope this video was helpful in some way. We'll talk to you guys later.